Oh, what's up, folk? Can I share something with you? This kid in the neighborhood the other day come up to me. He said, Big Pat. I said, yeah, that's my name. He said, could I ask you a question? I said, go ahead. He said, man, our teacher gave us this assignment for homework, and we need to know the difference between potentially and realistically. I said, oh, that's easy. He said, it is? I said, yeah. I said, would you like for me to explain it to you? He said, sure. I said, okay, here's the difference between potentially and realistically. I said, I want you to go home. I want you to ask your mama if she'll sleep with Keith Sweat for $2 million. Then I want you to go in the other room and ask your sister if she'll sleep with Chris Brown for $3 million. He said, okay. So I guess he went and did it. Come back the next day. He said, I did what you told me to do. I said, you did? He said, yeah. I said, well, you got your answer. He real confused. He said, wait a minute. He said, how does that tells me the difference between potentially and realistically? I said, you went in the room and asked your mama if she'll sleep with Keith Sweat for $2 million, right? He said, yeah, I did. I said, well, what did she say? She said, yeah. I said, did you go in another room and did you ask your sister if she'll sleep with Chris Brown for $3 million? He said, yeah, I did. I said, what did she say? She said, hell yeah. I said, well, there it is. He was still confused. He said, how does that tells me the difference between potentially and realistically? I say, son, listen, you asked your mama if she'll sleep with Keith Sweat for $2 million, right? And she said yes. You asked your sister if she'll sleep with Chris Brown for $3 million, and she said hell yes, right? I said, okay, well, there you have it. I say, son, listen, potentially, you sitting on $5 million. Realistically,